I killed you, motherfucker. You crazy? I don't know the fuck you think they play with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker. Fuck you up. I don't play no motherfucking games.
Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm gonna be.
No one expected it to get this heated. Backstage at the first official Floyd Mayweather vs. Terence Crawford face-off, voices rose, tension snapped, and security had to step between two of the greatest fighters of their eras. Nobody knows exactly who said what, but one thing was clear: this wasn't a friendly promotional tour. This was ego versus greatness, legacy against legacy, colliding in a way boxing hadn't seen in years. And when they finally sat down face to face, the energy didn't settle, it intensified. When the lights came on, both men tried to appear composed, but Floyd's eyes said everything. He wasn't here for show, wasn't smiling, wasn't joking, and wasn't playing the money persona he'd built for decades. Crawford stayed cool and steady, but it was obvious he was prepared for anything Floyd brought.
If this kid said he'd been training every day, for years, every day in boxing, I'm somewhere in Aruba, in the Bahamas, in Dubai, I'm traveling the world on my jet.
The conversation started off normal contracts, negotiations, and a bit of back and forth over who deserved what. But the moment the subject of who truly ruled this year came up, everything changed. Crawford leaned in, and Floyd tensed up. For the first time in years, you could see real irritation on Floyd's face, not because Crawford disrespected him, but because deep down, Floyd knows exactly why this fight is happening. And everyone else knows it, too. It all started when Canelo Alvarez claimed Crawford was better than Floyd.
You can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
One simple comment, and the internet exploded. Crawford beats Canelo. Crawford becomes the face of the sport. And suddenly, fans start saying something Floyd has never allowed anyone to say. Maybe someone has finally passed Mayweather.
Who do you think's better out of those two? Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
That's the real trigger, the one button nobody ever presses with Floyd. It's the reason he's here at 47, staring down the most dangerous fighter in the sport.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of the biggest egos in the sport, so much so that he could not find a way to give Muhammad Ali credit as being a top 5 fighter and claimed that Roberto Duran sits above Muhammad Ali, right? Why? Because Floyd wants to be better than Muhammad Ali. He completely redid his image when he became Money Mayweather to pretty much copy from calling himself the GOAT, calling himself TBE, right? Whole thing. Very disrespectful of Muhammad Ali when he was coming up, after Floyd Mayweather Jr. wound up being at the top of the sport. So now that Terence Crawford has firmly placed himself at the top of boxing, and not just as the pound-for-pound fighter, right now, many people are saying, hey, shouldn't he be considered one of the greatest fighters of all time?
When the face-off ended and the press conference began, the tension kept rising. This wasn't like the old Floyd pressers where he talked nonstop. This time, he was serious and locked in. He wasn't trying to entertain, he was talking legacy. He wants this fight because he refuses to let anyone threaten his place.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
And then there's Crawford on the other side, calm, unbothered, staring at Floyd like he's just another name on the list. For Crawford, this fight hits differently. He already beat Errol Spence. He already beat Canelo. He's already silenced every critic. Does he need Floyd? Not at all. But he wants Floyd.
Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking.
Man.
Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though. Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
For years in interviews early in his career, Crawford would dodge the question whenever someone asked if he could beat Mayweather. He never answered with confidence, never pushed that conversation forward. But that was a long time ago.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to be Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you wouldn't, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code?
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore, so that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Beat your...
Okay, that's a no.
Today, Crawford claims he could beat Floyd, even in Floyd's prime, and that alone has ignited this entire rivalry.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
And while the reporters spoke, Floyd's irritation was clear not at Crawford's words, but at what he represents, a new king, a new standard. The best fighter alive, and Floyd hates that.
Where does he rank now, all time? Ending this interview.
Number 1, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford's this generation guy, you know what I'm saying, accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades, you know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation from Floyd's generation to this generation didn't get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on.
The press began mentioning Floyd's upcoming exhibition with Mike Tyson, and let's be honest, nobody's pretending this is a real fight. It's entertainment to legends trading blows for a paycheck.
Fight that fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and you know, like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like, I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event.
But you can't ignore that it's Mike Tyson. And if Tyson gets emotional or angry, remember, he hates Floyd. This exhibition could turn dangerous.
Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
Now listen, we're talking about Floyd, and listen, we all gotta believe we're the greatest of all times, right? We all gotta believe that, but we all know Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time.
If you could have fought any fighter in your life, any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
So we're in there, was fighting low.
But here's the thing. That fight means nothing compared to Crawford. Everyone sees Floyd's energy shift the moment Crawford's name comes up. Suddenly, he's not Money Mayweather, the entertainer. He's Floyd Mayweather Jr., the fighter who went 52-0 and has been eyeing a professional comeback. Floyd knows beating Crawford at his age would silence every debate forever. And Crawford knows that even beating an older Floyd cements his name at the top of the sport. This isn't just business. Crawford knows exactly how good Floyd is.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so great, you know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, you know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
After the Canelo fight, many expected Crawford to retire. He had nothing left to prove. He was pound for pound #1. Had defeated a bigger opponent no one thought he could beat, and his legacy was already complete.
Terence Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought.
But Crawford chose the hardest path. He wants Floyd because he wants to end the debate once and for all. He doesn't want fans saying, he's great, but he never fought Floyd. He wants the closure of defeating the man who dominated 2 decades of boxing.
Terence Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favored? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
And on top of that, Crawford is a true competitor, one of the last real ones in the sport. He seeks challenges, not safe fights, even if it brings criticism. People are asking, why fight an old Floyd? Why not fight Boots Ennis? And honestly, they're not wrong.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much in his prime.
For years, fans, fighters, and analysts have said Boots is the fight Crawford should take, because he's the one opponent whose style truly mirrors Crawford's, switch hitting, explosive, technical, and dangerous from every stance.
Who they are cancels out each other as far as height. They both switch hitters, lift, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in a big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He's ripped up, everything. He's strong. So I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I gotta go with Crawford.
And it's not just fans. Boots himself has been calling out Crawford relentlessly, seeking the challenge and wanting to face the man many call the best of this generation. But every time Crawford is asked, he shuts it down, saying he's not interested and that the fight offers him nothing.
Right now in my career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation. You know, I win, they're gonna say, oh, well, he was young, he wasn't ready. You know, he was talented, he was skillful, but you got the experience over him. You got, you know, so much more than this kid that never been tested before. You know, because we always seen him win and fly in color, a fashionate way. You know, to where we say, oh man, he's cold, he's skillful, but he's never been in the ring with nobody to test him. So me fighting Boots will be like, okay, well, you beat Boots. It's not a mega fight. It's gonna sell a little bit because of your name and what you just accomplished.
Still, the chatter around a fight with Boots hasn't died down. And the more Crawford avoids it, the louder those conversations become.
Fight that makes a whole lot of sense, and the fight that stylistically would be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jerron Boots Ennis.
I don't think I think that's going backwards for Terence.
To that point, Jerron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys.
Another name is Virgil Ortiz Jr. He just delivered a monster performance and immediately called out Crawford. Oscar de la Hoya hyped him up, promoting it as the biggest fight at 154.
I mean, look, I'm here to fight the best. I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next, it can be Spence next, it can be Crawford next, if he's still willing to do it. Because, you know, that's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still. Man, and we're just going to keep doing what I do best. You know, and that's just being me.
A prime fighter versus a prime legend, that's the matchup hardcore fans crave. But here's the reality. Crawford already beat undisputed Spence and Canelo. He doesn't need someone like Ortiz. He's taking this fight for historical significance, not competitive need. Fight Boots. People say nice fight. Fight Ortiz. People say good matchup. Fight Floyd. And it's talked about for the next 30 years.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. That makes a difference.
Now here's where it gets interesting. Terence Crawford is bigger than Floyd, hits harder, is younger, and more active. But the toughest part about fighting Floyd isn't hurting him, it's landing clean shots. Crawford could dominate early, or Floyd could turn it into a defensive masterclass and frustrate the younger fighter.
Floyd beat everybody. That boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad. On defense, like catch, bam, 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 bam. Man, that boy bad. Floyd had the best defense in boxing history. Hitting you with shots that you don't see, that's where Floyd mastered. You know, hit and not get hit. A lot of people, they give him credit now, but they didn't give him credit when he was active.
At the press conference, Floyd focused on legacy, money, and respect, while Crawford spoke about challenge, competition, and proving himself.
And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick heist, I'm gonna let y'all know this. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. At the end of the day, I'm the smart one. Because I don't care if you write good about me, you write bad about me, just keep writing about me.
That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.